Okay, folks, so after doing a little bit of research, I was able to discover where exactly Andi is being held because they released some promotional photos from the season finale, and we see Andi. Looks like there was a bandana wrapped around her mouth, probably even her, to stop her from talking, or I wouldn't say to stop her from seeing where she's going because let's be real here. She knows where she is. This is Gary's office. Jeremy, how do you know this? How do you know this isn't, I don't know, Robin's hotel room or something, or, another obscure location? Maybe this is at the law firm. Well, I just went back and I rewatched a couple of scenes from episode 21 when Gary and Hayden arrived in his office, after coming from the hospital, because I'm like, okay, I'm thinking in the background, this looks like some sort of like desk or chest. So maybe this is his office because my initial thought was hotel room, but no. If you look at the photos on screen and the key indicators are the items on top of the chest that are visible when Gary is walking through the door to his office. The main thing being the gold ring, which houses a light bulb. And if you look at the picture of Andi, even though it's, out of focus or obscured vision in the back, you see that same gold ring and the light is actually on, signaling that it's nighttime. Now, we know Hudson is going to be in Gary's office. Oh, I've been waiting for this. What's it going to take for me to get rid of you? Oh, just everything you care about, everything you hold dear, including your life. So it stands to reason that Gary is caught completely off guard. So my question is, and look, like I said, I'm trying to piece this together just like you. All I have to work off of is the 15-second promo. No, I have not seen the 30-second promo. Apparently it has been airing on BET and VH1, but they haven't posted the dang thing online. But some fans have told me, Jeremy, don't worry about it. There are only like 2 little new scenes. Like Zach telling Fatima who he thinks is the stabber, and Fatima looking at her phone, and Karen being over at their house going, oh my God. But it has nothing to do with this. But I don't know. My question is this. I think the biggest question to ask is this. Is Hudson the person in the back of the car? I don't think so. Like I said in my video of who abducts Andi, or who is Andi's mystery abductor, I theorized it could have been Penelope or Jasmine. And it's like, well, why, Jeremy? Jasmine's in jail. Keep in mind that time has gone by. She was arrested in season 3, episode 1, and never seen again. I mean, in off-screen land, we've heard her name being mentioned, like when she tried to file a lawsuit against Andi and her friends for, the affair and everything, but Andi was able to settle that off-screen. Months have passed by, and Danny even said that Andi and Gary have had this thing for years, so it is quite possible that a lot of time has passed by in the Sistas universe, but then again, there's a lot of inconsistencies with the continuity. Not to mention, I don't know if she got legal assistance. Long story short, it could be Jasmine. Now, why? Keep in mind, Hudson got left left to his own devices. Marie canceled out the partnership. Gary fired him. He has nothing to lose, so he figures, why not go after everything and everyone you care about? And keep in mind, what is the thing that Gary holds the most dear? It's Andi. And you're probably like, what do you mean? Think about it. He came out of his not coma, but basically his recovery from the stabbing. What was the first thing he wanted to do? Call Andi and tell her to come over to the hospital to see him. Then after the seizure and whatnot, his memory got effed up. Then after that, what did he want to do? I still love Andi. He came out of the hospital and went to the penthouse. So Hudson knows Andi is the thing Gary holds the most. The person Gary holds most dear. So you could theorize he got Jasmine's help to get revenge. He's like, hey, 2 birds, 1 stone. I know you have reason to hate Gary as much as I do, and it all boils down to Andrea Barnes. So why not double team? You take one front, I'll take the other. So my question is how things will play out. Like, we know Gary was in his office when Hayden left. So is he? Well, I ain't gonna lie. It kind of makes sense that he would probably be hanging around his office until the late hours because remember, he just got out of the hospital and he probably feels like being in his more familiar surroundings over time will help get his memories back. But like he told Hayden, it's not necessarily memories, it's feeling. It's all coming back. So I wonder, like maybe he stepped out to, order some food or go to the restroom or something, and then when he comes back out, Hudson's waiting for him, or maybe during his monologue, um, with to Gary when he has his gun pulled on him, maybe he signals to Jasmine or whoever the mystery person is that abducted Andi, you know, oh, yeah, I'm going to take everything from you, starting with the person you care about the most. And then, like, the person who abducted Andi comes in the office with Andi and sits her down, and, they go from there. It's like to show Gary he's not playing. That's what I'm thinking is going on right here. Now, that leads to another problem. Will Gary remember he has a gun of his own? Remember, I said in the last episode when Hayden was doing his monologue explaining how he had the desire and he had the knife to stab Gary, but he opted not to do it. What if Gary, reached in his desk and pulled the gun out while Hayden was monologuing and, he was facing the other direction. But what if, push come to shove and he remembers right then and there? But it does feel kind of scary to see Andi in this position because keep in mind, even though this plot point never was brought up again, she spotted some of the Penelope's blood on the wall after she went missing, and she and Fatima went to interrogate Gary to no avail. So it's scary to think about what happened to the last woman that Gary was with in this office. She got thrown to the ground and had lost a baby. So Andi, we could be seeing history repeat itself. Now, what did I tell you is one of the reasons why I'm iffy on Jasmine returning. Now, do I want her to return? Of course. I've been waiting for this since season 3, episode 1. However, given how these writers have been doing these characters, specifically the ones making their grand returns to the show, I don't know if I have faith that they'll do my baby right because, like I said, history could be repeating itself. Penelope, scorned lover of Gary, nearly died. Let's say, hypothetically, Jasmine is the person who was in the back of the car. She abducts Andi. Oh yeah, keep in mind, Fatima said that Andi's phone location is still at the law firm, so it could be a chance that Andi's abductor knocked the phone out of her hand or something, so her phone is still in the car. That could explain why, her location's still there. But in any case, if Jasmine is the person that abducted Andi, how do we know Hudson won't betray her? It's like, I'm going to cover my steps by killing you because you know about my plan. Because remember, I said Hudson's plan really doesn't make sense since he's in legal trouble just like Gary. So what's his end game here? I mean, he could kill Gary and take power of attorney again and then give it to Marie so the feds get off his back, maybe. Or he's just going for broke, where he's just going to take everybody. I was like, everybody going to die. So Penelope, scorned ex, got injured, nearly died. What if something happens to Jasmine? And like I said, we don't know what's going to happen. Could Fatima and Zach come in there guns blazing? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't even know if we're going to get... Okay, we got the photos, but I don't know if we're going to get sneak peeks today. Only time will tell. But hey, folks, I honestly don't know what else to say here. Andi is clearly in Gary's office. She's going to be there with Hudson and Gary and potentially a fourth party, the person who was in the car that abducted her, who I think is not Hudson, but it could be Jasmine / Penelope. But I'm more inclined to think it's Jasmine. Penelope is a wild card. I mean, it would be surprising, but I don't think it will. No, because Hudson would have to know so many things about Penelope beforehand, which he kind of does, but no, it won't work. It doesn't work for me. So yeah, Andi's up in the office. We'll just have to wait and see how this goes. I don't think she's going to get hurt or anything. So she's the main character. So no. But I just want to know how this is going to go down. And what a day to have her first day as partner. And it's crazy to think that Fatima's like, you know, you're going to have a big target on your back, right? And now look at the predicament she's in. So yeah, I'm not, you all know I'm not the biggest Andi fan this season, but she don't deserve all of this. Come on now. All right, so like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next video.